So one last question, Tomas. You know, you're leading teacher training, so you're helping teachers become teachers, which is a learning process in its own right. So, you know, in various disciplines, say yoga or somatics, you know, there are accreditation organizations or there are certifications that one can get. But we don't have those kinds of things in tango, you know, and it's an art. So would that be possible? And would that be a good idea?
Right. Yes, exactly. We don't have that in tango. Exactly. We don't have in tango. The first question is that, do we need that? Is it something that has any value? You can think about it in yoga or in somatics. Is that something that those who went through trainings found it valuable and useful? Number one, is it something that you really learn a lot of stuff that was really useful? And second, is it getting you any students? Is it getting you to move to places more than what you did before the training? So that's the first question, because the element is tango. We're not talking about those stuff, which is fine, but it's not what we do. For tango, a training of any kind is going to be, can we think about it as something good? Maybe, yes, no. And second, we don't have any. And that speaks a lot about what tango is about. So to me, that's very precious that there's no training. Is it because maybe tango is not like all those arts? Or maybe those arts, the part that they are a certification is not the part of the art? So tango is fighting it a lot to go like, we do a different thing here, guys. It's not a certification thing. I encourage everybody to ask these questions and to dare. You cannot do right if you haven't done wrong first, literally. So gather and say, okay, let's do a training. Let's suck at this for a while. Let's do a training, and we're going to work on A, B, and C that we think is going to be good not only for dancers, but the community and to teachers. And then you modify it and you say, whoa, we went really off track. And really what tango needs is more training of this kind or that kind. And be honest and be modern about it. Think it as people in our context. It illustrates the situation of tango that we don't have anything like that in Argentina. There are some trainings in Europe, so that's an interesting model to observe. There are some teacher trainings of all kinds in Europe, so anybody interested in that should check that out, because that will save a lot of time. Argentines are not going to look at what's happening in Europe. They're going to develop their own model. We are going to develop our own model, sure, or maybe never do a model. So for our public, which I assume is mostly North American, I would say there's no training. What I do is a teacher assistant project. So I don't certify people. I don't give people a paper that says you're a teacher. I took it a different way and just say that the way I learned to be a teacher is by assisting master teachers, not by sitting in a room and getting a lot of information and getting a paper at the end. Even if I did that, because I went to La Universidad del Tango in Argentina, which was a little bit like that. I got certified to be a teacher at the university. So I said, okay, let's do some urgency management. So those teachers that want to learn how to teach, come this week and assist me, and you'll get a lot of tools and ideas. But that's about it. That's about it. That's a starting point. I'm not doing a full teacher training yet. And I encourage, yes, to anybody interested in that to think about it, think of people that have the authority and experience to lead that. And last, I will speak about the teacher co-op, something that's happening in Minneapolis every other year. So there's a group of teachers. I'm there every year. Homer and Christina are there. Brigitte Winkler has been there a couple of years. Daniela has been there. Mitra has been there. I don't want to forget anybody. Anyway, there's a website and you can check them out. We meet every other year and we do a weekend of seminars oriented to teachers. So the last year was about musicality, how to teach musicality. Just a bunch of resources and conversations about how to do that. So people go to Minneapolis and work on that. I believe this year we're not doing it, so maybe we're going to do it next year. So that's an effort. That's something of kind of a gathering of teachers, but is mostly directed for people that already teach or they're already interested in teaching. There's no space for people that want to start. And honestly, what I observe is that it takes so much courage to be a teacher and to say, I'm going to teach, that the majority of people that, in my opinion, could be amazing teachers would never dare even trying because there's not a training. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the teachers who start teaching are the people that shouldn't be doing it. Because they have the courage but don't have the skill. And I'm not talking about dancer skill. So the people that are, or performers that dance like amazingly and end up teaching and they don't even like it. Or people that just dance very well in their communities and it's like, I could show you this. That's called teaching. That wouldn't cross our mind in any other discipline, right? Right. Will you show up on a school and teach all those kids? You say, no. You know how to add and subtract, right? Oh, yes. Can you teach kids? Oh, no, I'm not a teacher. So maybe starting some process of developing some kind of training for these people would be amazing. And I'm hoping that is a community effort. It's not one person that's going to say, I'm right, and I'm going to tell everybody else how to teach the tango. Hopefully it's a community of people that is going to develop some kind of organization that, again, do it wrong until you do it right. We'll start some kind of training to initiate people in a constructive effort to become tango teachers.
Mm-hmm. And I like that, being a community coming together, because there's going to be lots of different perspectives and not one teacher's way is going to fit for everybody. So why not get lots of influence from various people on how to express your own passion, whatever work that the individual has done to bring out that passion and what they're good at.
Exactly. If you think about your studies, anything that you have attended, any school or training, there's teachers you liked and teachers you didn't like. And sometimes you like some teacher because you don't like some other teacher. You dislike this teacher because you like this other teacher so much. And you appreciate the information they gave you, but you say, I really like this other teacher. That was like really the best thing I could have. So there's no teacher that knows everything. That's not true. And ideally, right, all the perspectives will come together and a student can pick and choose on the figure they want or the toolkit. The different teacher is going to focus on a different toolkit that no teacher can speak it the whole day nonstop and teach all the different parts. Yeah.
Great. Again, it comes together as us working together and learning how to communicate and add to what we want to have happen in our own communities.
It does.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure.